All right, good evening, everyone. I hope this is working. I'll just give it a second. It looks like it is, so we are good to go. But welcome to tonight. Obviously, super excited about this one, the 20K turnaround program. It's everything that you need to know about this particular program. Now, the reason that I'm doing this information video is this is something that I'm launching next year. Really looking forward to it, but also wanting to make sure that everyone has all the information they need to really find out everything that they need to know. So tonight, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to chuck them in the comments, okay? And I'll do my best to go through them as we go live on the call tonight as well. So yeah, welcome, and let's get straight into it. All right, so why is this important? Well, because the 20K program, 20K turnaround program, is a step-by-step system, I guess, or a program, like I've been saying, that guarantees you'll save $20,000 or more in as little as 6 months, okay, while transforming your finances and communication so you can make 2025 your best financial year yet. Without overwhelm or fear of failure. So it's really, really exciting to get into this tonight. But obviously, what we're covering off the saving money feels impossible. We're covering off number 2 there, which is what you actually want. 3 is where we're going to jump into the program itself. But also we're going to go through some examples of couples who have been through similar programs to this as well. Now, obviously, I understand that life is hectic. I've got young kids that are asleep and hopefully they don't wake up, but I understand you might get interrupted. So if you do get interrupted and you want to get on and register at any stage, there's the address down the bottom there, the 20kturnaround.fillout.com/register. Now, also, just to make it easy, I've also put the address in the description of this live, so it'll be there. So feel free at any stage, if you just want to jump out, hit that link, and go and register and keep on moving. But saving money feels impossible, right? I mean, especially if you're a couple who's earning great money but feel like you have nothing to show for it, or you're constantly transferring money between accounts to cover expenses, or arguments or avoidance around financial discussions or decisions is happening, or you're just feeling overwhelmed by debt, Afterpay or credit cards. Very, very possible given, even just this Christmas time that you've probably experienced a bit of that. But there's also a genuine anxiety about the future, or, maybe you have some regret that you hold over burning through some extra money that you had, or it just feels like you're on this constant cycle or pattern. Have you ever looked at your bank account after payday and thought, well, where did it all go? Well, guess what? You're not alone. If you think back to over the last few years and not much has changed financially, then of course it feels impossible. When something's been that way for so long, how do you ever think it's going to be different? It's going to feel impossible to save money, but you're also in the right place. Okay, we're going to get into that a little bit more later. But obviously, what you actually want, you obviously want to feel confident and secure when it comes to money. You want to be able to save for your dream home or your holiday or whatever your future family needs might be. You want to strengthen your relationship by working as a team, or you might even just want to enter 2025 with a clear financial plan, but obviously enjoying all of this with no financial stress. And just imagine, right? Just imagine sitting down with your partner and it's the end of 2025. Okay, so it is the end. So it's around this time kind of next year, right? So the year's kind of wrapping up. Knowing that you've saved $20,000 or more and you're united, confident, and excited about the future. Like, how amazing would that be in contrast to potentially what you're feeling and experiencing right now? It would be absolutely amazing, I have no doubt. But let's jump into the program itself. All right, so the 20K turnaround program is a 6-month high-touch financial coaching program, okay, designed for couples making great money, all right, who are ready to stop the stress, build wealth together and create a financial future that they're actually excited about, all right? And we do this in this program by focusing on 3 key areas throughout the journey, okay? The very first one is direction, okay? We want to get clear. So we want to get clear and detailed around where you're heading and how you're going to get there. All right. We want to move you from push motivation, which might be something that you can relate to when it comes to money, where you just feel like you're pushing a big old boulder up a hill, right? It's full of scarcity, pain, and frustration. We want to move you from push motivation to pull motivation, which is empowering, it's enjoyable, and far superior to push motivation. And that's direction. Now, the second key area is team. Okay, so whether you argue about money or not, we look to eliminate any sort of tension between the two main drivers of your wealth, which is the two of you. We want to get you both facing in the same direction and both fully aware of what's going on. We want you on the same page. You manage a life together, a house together. You might even be raising kids together. So why not money? We all know in these committed relationships that we have what it feels like to be on the same page and in agreement. There's some power there. So that's the second key area. The third one is controllables. All right. This is all the boring stuff. Okay. But it's also all about what you do with your money. Okay. So how you spend it, how you manage it, all the financial stuff that makes all of this other stuff possible. But there is also a big behavioral element. This is to this one as well, because we want to make sure that we're doing the right things at the right times to actually get where we want to go. Okay. And all of these things have their own role. These three key things have their own role, right, to play. But you can also see, if you zoom out a little bit, how they work together so well, and they work together to help us grow our bank account balance fast and actually keep the money in the account. And it's these three things combined, right? Direction, team, controllables, which enable us to feel confident in our own ability, okay, as we watch our bank account balance grow fast. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, guys, if you have to duck out for whatever reason, just make sure address down the bottom, the 20K turnaround, .fillout.com/register. It's also in the description. But all of these areas, these three key areas, are held together or have this foundation built on accountability. Now, I understand that accountability is a very unsexy word. Absolutely it is. But if you ask yourself, what's stopping you from achieving 20K in savings on your own, I guarantee, right, that your answer would include certain things like, I don't have someone to hold me to it, to keep me going, to make sure that I keep going when things get tough. And this is the role of accountability. And within the program, okay, we have frequent one-on-one coaching calls where you and I get to dive deeper into the personal challenges you are facing. Okay, that's one level that we tackle accountability, is that, guess what? You got to catch up with me. You got to talk with me, and you start your journey by being accountable to me. But we also have weekly group coaching calls. All right, helping you stay motivated, share wins, and learn from other couples who are on the same journey as you. All right, so that's the accountability side to it. It's very, very important to understand that that's there and the role that it plays in all this as well. And there's a few bonuses there that come with this program. They're just kind of naturally built in. But the first one really is this personalized financial plan / roadmap. Okay, we're going to make something just for you. The second one is a personalized system for your money. Now, this is important because for a lot of people who've tried budgeting and other things like that, they genuinely have, tried a few different things and it hasn't worked. Okay. And now I'm genuine believer when it comes to cookie cutter budgets and stuff like that, the reason they don't work is that they're not built with you in mind. You have certain characteristics and personality traits that are uniquely you, and you put that in a couple and then it's another level of complexity. But what I do is that we co-create a system for your money together. Okay, you and I will work together to create that system. And we also have the stress-free money communication guide, because that is an area that is very stressful for a lot of people. And I help you understand how you can do that in a much more effective way. But the biggest thing about this program, one of the things that I'm very, very proud to be offering with this program, is that there is no risk in doing it. And that might sound a little bit funny, but there is absolutely zero risk. Because if you do the work, right, and you don't save 20K, you don't pay. And that's how confident I am in this program, in this system, okay, and doing things this way. I've been doing this for many, many years, and this is the first time that I've felt comfortable offering this, because I believe in the work that I do and the program that I've built. So I need you to understand that there is no risk here. There is zero risk. So that's kind of the 20K program in a nutshell. All right, that's kind of very much a top-down view. So I want to give you an opportunity to, if you've got questions or anything like that, please put them in the comments. If you don't do it here live with us, and you just want to chuck them in, I'll still, go back and answer them, all of them, best that I can. But again, if you have to leave, just register for the 20K turnaround program below at that address. Okay. Obviously, I understand people can't hang around forever, but let's go through some examples. Okay. The first one there is Jacob and Georgia. Okay. And one of the things Georgia said to me very early on is that we've tried budgeting before. I know what I'm doing. It just doesn't work. All right. And for Jacob and Georgia, there was a single income at the time because they just had their second kid, 120,000. Georgia was stressed and on maternity leave, and she definitely was focused in on the numbers. That was her thing. That was what she did. But she was working alone. But the result for them was 30,000 saved every 6 months. That's what's happening for them every 6 months. That's their new normal. No more stress. There's more memorable experiences for their family. They're open and honest communication. And Jacob knows how he can support, like proactively support Georgia in what she's doing as well. And maybe that's something that a thought that you've had. We've tried budgeting before. It just doesn't work. Well, like I said before, this isn't a cookie cutter budget. This is a fully tailored plan that works because it's designed for your income, your priorities, and goals. You need to understand that this is tailored to you. You're a unique couple, a unique person, and all of this is tailored for you. The next one is Pete and Deb. And one of the things that they said right at the start before jumping in is they're like, oh, we're too busy. We're very, very busy. And I was like, okay, great. Their situation was they had a joint income of 160,000. Deb was stressed, working alone, no accountability or direction for them. And the result that they saw was 32,000 saved after 6 months. No more stress, achieving goals, communicating effectively, feeling united and on the same page. So it was amazing. And maybe that's one thing that you've heard or said even more recently, we're too busy. We're too busy to do this program. We're too busy to do something about this. But this program is built for busy couples. With step-by-step guidance and my support, you'll save time and energy while achieving fast results. You're probably too busy not to do this. And really, too busy is really just an excuse. And you really, really, really need to look past that busyness and see how important this is. The next example that I've got there is Trevor and Tegan. And one of the first things that they said on the call, so we talked about the program and everything like that, is that they said it's too expensive. Their joint income was 170,000. Okay, Tegan was stressed. Tegan was working alone. Trevor wanted a better life, but just didn't know how. Very passionate about his kids and wanted to give them the best start to life. But their result is that they save $15,000 every 10 weeks now. No more stress, achieving goals and communicating effectively. Again, feeling united. And maybe, if you guys go ahead and you register and we jump on together, you might have this thought of like, oh, well, it's too expensive. But the program pays for itself many times over. You'll save 20K in 6 months, and an ROI, that's almost impossible to beat. Like, that is incredible. Not to mention that, you'll continue to save at that rate after you finish the program. It will become your new normal, which means that it's going to pay for itself over and over again. This is an investment in you and your future. You really can't afford not to do this. And the last example that I've got here for us is Matt and Katie. And I remember very clearly on the very first call that we had, there was concerns, there was hesitation, because they're like, what if we fail, Josh? What if this doesn't work for us? They had a joint income of 180,000. Katie was stressed, working alone. Matt was avoiding money quite successfully, but their result was similar to Trevor and Tegan, $15,000 saved every 10 weeks. No more stress, more holidays. I get messages from them saying, thanks so much, because they're coming back from a holiday, but they're working together effectively. And maybe you might think to yourself, well, what if this isn't for me? Or what if I fail? What if we fail? Well, with my guarantee that I spoke about before, if you do the work and don't save 20K, you won't pay. Like, you can't lose. There is zero risk here. Okay. And I need you to understand that. I'm very proud of that, very proud that I'm able to do that with this particular program, but you can't lose. And look, here's just some recent screenshots and messages that I've received more recently. Some of those actually date back a little bit, but there's still incredible results there. Bank figures that people have sent me And it's just incredible to see. Pause and read those if you want, because it'll be available to do that later. But also at the same time, here's some written blurbs from people as well who've raved about this program. Like Beth and Leah, they went from living pay to pay and being stressed, and now they're stronger and connected now, and this is our new normal, which is fantastic. Or Kyle and Kiara, they related very heavily to this idea of being on this hamster wheel, but now they're excited to see what the future holds. It's a big change. And Matt and Katie, I've thrown in there because he says down the end that I would have thought you had us selling drugs if you told us how much money we would have. And I really enjoyed that level of honesty from Matt. But they're just some more examples for you as well. All right. But it's real. It's fantastic. So if you're ready to take action, and I really hope that you are, if you're ready for money to no longer be stressful and something you feel in control and no longer stressed about, if you're ready to have 20K next year, save 20K next year, then this program is absolutely, without a doubt, for you. Each of these examples that I went through earlier are couples that I've worked with, and I think the results really speak for themselves. There's many other couples that I've worked with over the years. They were just a handful that I picked out. But if you really want to start seeing consistent savings each and every month without limiting your lifestyle, if you want to join the 20K Turnaround Program, go to the 20kturnaround.fillout.com/register. The link will also be in the description there for you to click. Complete the form and book in your onboarding call. It's really that simple, but I want to stress also that spots are extremely limited. And the next intake won't be, open for months. So I really don't want you to miss your chance to fully take control of your finances, save that 20K and transform your future. I really want you to join the program today and really set yourself up for just an incredible 2025.